Our national debt stands at a jaw-dropping $14.3 trillion. And some of that money is owed to countries that are not always friendly to the United States. Does America's debt pose a security threat? For the next 5 minutes, we'll discuss it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Joining me is Senator John Boozman, Republican from Arkansas. Senator, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
So $14.3 trillion, that's a lot of money. And as I mentioned a few moments ago, there's some countries out there that are not always our best friend. How do we fix this problem?
Well, it's an astronomical amount of money. And the problem is not only do we owe a bunch now, but we're taking in $2.2 trillion, spending $3.7. So we're adding to the debt $1.5 trillion every year. People like Saudi Arabia, we're borrowing money from. China, we owe over $1 trillion to. People that always don't have our best interest in heart. Admiral Mullen testified several months ago, and they asked him, what's our greatest threat to national security? He didn't say Al-Qaeda, he didn't say Iraq or Iran or whatever. He said that it was the debt, that really in a very short time, we'll be paying more interest on the debt than we do towards defense.
I have a myriad of questions to ask you about this. I think the first, which is I'm sure a lot of our viewers at home are asking themselves, is why? Why are we, this doesn't even pass the common sense test. Why are we allowing some of our friends and foe alike to control our destiny, so to speak?
Well, we've gotten ourselves in a situation where we're, and the numbers are staggering as you look at them. We're borrowing 40 cents of every dollar is borrowed, $4 billion a day. The economy, as your viewers know, just is really pretty terrible right now. So we have to grow our way out of it. We've got to do a much better job of tackling the spending issue. We're simply spending too much money. These are simple truths. You can't spend more than you have. And, your viewers know that. The people of America know that. Our companies know that. And we as a government have to cut back just like they've done.
Here's the trillion-dollar question for you. It's common sense. Either you cut defense spending, you cut entitlement spending, or you raise revenue, i.e. taxes. It's either or. It's very simple math. Are you willing to say that this country needs to cut entitlement spending or perhaps maybe pull down a little bit quicker out of Afghanistan and so forth to pay for this in terms of a national defense perspective?
I think right now everything's on the table. I think everybody's going to have a haircut. There's tremendous waste, tremendous fraud that goes on in government. So yeah, we are going to have to get ourselves in a situation where we handle the debt. One of the things that's going to come up is voting to raise the debt ceiling. And that's a big deal. If we've got to get that done. I think, though, both on the Republican side and the Democrat side, in order to get that vote done, we're going to have some really sharp spending caps. In other words, making it such, like in the state of Arkansas, where I represent, you can't overspend. You just simply can't do it by Constitution. We've got to get the same sort of spending caps in control. Once we do that, then we can fight about what we're going to spend the money on. But like every other budget, you need to have a finite amount of money to spend. You've got to tear up the credit card. And that's what we're living on right now.
We got about 40 seconds left, Senator. Specifically, whose fault is this? Is this Republicans' fault, Democrats' fault, previous administration's fault, the current administration? Is this a circular firing squad where everyone's to blame? Who's to blame here?
No, I think this was set in motion, 50 years ago. The economy, again, is bad. The tax revenues coming in as a result of that are a problem. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. And I think there's plenty of blame to go around for everywhere. But what we've got to do now is focus on the problem. We've got to get the problem solved, and I believe that we'll do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. But it is critical that we do the right things and set the country back on the right course.
We got about 10 seconds left. Very quickly, can this be solved in our lifetime?
It can be solved, and I would say that I'm very comfortable. And if we get it solved, we'll be greater, we'll be stronger than ever.
All right. Of course, thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.